Monsters under the bed. Ghostly apparitions. Bright, glowing eyes in the dark. What do these three things have in common? They flush your flesh of its very color. And you're watching my top 7 most scary Pokemon. Keep in mind, these are just some of my opinions. So, if you have any other choices, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. But, let's get things started off. Creeping in on that number 7 slot, we have Hypno. Now Hypno is creepy in its own right, but what I found was pretty disturbing nonetheless. Standing in at 5'3" and weighing 166 pounds, his dex entry from Fire Red states, "It carries a pendulum-like device. There was once an incident in which it took away a child it hypnotized. Pokemon kidnapping children. What has this world come to? I guess the term pocket monsters fits perfectly right about now." Slicing the number 6 slot is Cofagrigus. Standing in 5'7" and weighing in at 168 pounds. You wouldn't think how dangerous this Pokemon could be until you read its dex entry from X. It has been said that they swallow those who get too close and turn them into mummies. Remind me never to go walking around an empty graveyard at night, at least with one that holds a Cofagrigus. Piercing needles into that number 5 slot is Vinet. This doll come to life stands at 3 feet and weighs 27 pounds. Its dex entry from Heart Gold, Soul Silver reads, "This Pokemon developed from an abandoned doll that amassed a grudge. It is seen down dark alleyways." But that's not the worst of it, as you'll see from its dex entry from Black and White too. A doll that became a Pokemon over its grudge of being thrown away. It seeks the child who disowned it. The reason this Pokemon gets 2 dex entry mentions is because of how sinister it really is. Golly, I can't think of any other dolls that are just as sinister. Reaping the soul of the number 4 slot, standing in at 1 foot 4 inches and weighing at 15 pounds is Phantom. You can't feel anything but sadness for this little guy when its dex entry from Alpha Sapphire states, "According to old tales, these Pokemon are stumps possessed by the spirits of children who died while lost in the forest. So if you're ever wandering around Petalburg Woods and feel a tug on your shirt from behind, that may just be a Phantom letting you know it's there." And watching. Setting fire to the number 3 slot, standing at 3 feet and weighing at 75 pounds is the burner of souls, Chandelure. This dex entry from Pokemon Y gave me the chills as soon as I read it. It reads, "The spirits burned up in its ominous flame lose their way and wander this world forever. He kills people." Making you crawl towards the slot number 2, standing at 1 foot 8 inches and weighing at 24 pounds, is everyone's favorite gruesome gremlin, Sableye. I wouldn't want to meet this creature in a dark cave, considering its dex entry from Ruby reads, "Sableye lead quiet lives deep inside caverns. They are feared, however, because these Pokemon are thought to steal the spirits of people when their eyes burn with a sinister glow in the darkness. So, Those are the soul-torturing glowing eyes I see at night sometimes. Huh. I wonder what would happen if I called its name. That would be an easier way to go, honestly. Looking at the number 1 slot for the most scariest Pokemon, standing at 5 feet tall and weighing at 2 pounds is Hunter. Shocked? I'm not. His dex entry from Pokemon Yellow states, by licking, it saps the victim's life. It causes shaking that won't stop until the victim's demise. It causes uncontrollable seizures until death. You would be lucky to pass by any of the other mentioned Pokemon. As the number 1 slot, he can haunt any place he wishes, just as long as I'm not around. But that wraps things up for my top 7 most scary Pokemon. But remember, if you have your own choices, then please make sure you leave them down in the comment section below. And if you find yourself in front of any of these Pokemon, make sure you scream. Scream! I'm sure someone will hear you.